As the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
On the ready.
56 is the mark. Hey, watch the slant.
On first down, it's Hill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing again. Hill. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, here's Hill. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now Cohen. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Jackson got his target, Samuel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First down, Bengals.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He's checking.
First down, a run with Cohen. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Hill now after the interception. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Andy Isabella was the intended target. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Cohen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. From the gun on 3rd, Hill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Odell Beckham, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. And an alley to run. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Now it's Jackson. And that's complete. It's Watson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. They run. This is Cohen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
70, Indian. Rock it.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. This time Jackson will throw it. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check with the stick. You got nothing. Tight dog.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here's Jackson to throw.
Check it back.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Blue draw quarters.
56, right there. 56.
Go. Hit it.
Now Hill looking to throw on 1st. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tariq Cohen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
Check pass.
Hey, exit. Shoot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
Hey, Orbit. Yo.
Now Hill, fresh off the pick 6. Now he's forced out left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. On first down, it's Cohen. Corey Littleton, Pro Bowler for the first time a season ago, in to make the tackle. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, it's Cohen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Paul Richardson in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not? And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Raiders. 48 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Derek Wolfe, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms, because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Looking to throw again on second down. Hill.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson being chased out left. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again. Hill. Dancing to his left. Space. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of them.
It's caught at the 10. A big play that time for the Raiders. 48 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Hill. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Montez Sweat showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. On 2nd down, Elliott. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Hill. And this is going to be intercepted. picked off by Troy Apke. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the toss, Cohen. He tried to bounce it outside, but that going nowhere from the start. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Taking a shot for Samuel. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Curtis Samuel, an even 90 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Odell Beckham, 79 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Trying to improvise, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Buying time to his left. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Hill. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it on 4th to Hill. Now a desperation throw. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Cole Richardson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. To throw is Hill. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And a loose football. And he will fall on this one himself, so no late turnover, and time has run out on this football game.